Hey guys, and welcome back to another Cricut video. In this video, I will be showing you how to print then cut this Encanto design. And this tutorial is very easy and all you need are just a few supplies. So let's jump right into the video. So first, what you want to do is to go to Google and type in Encanto. Just hit enter, and then I'll click on images, and then I will scroll down. And so what I'm going to do is to look for a good image that has all of the characters. I'll try clicking on this one. This one looks like a good image. So what I'll do is to right click on this and then click save image as, and then what I want to do is to just rename it. I'll just name it Encanto and then click save. And as you can see down here, it's saved as a JPEG file. So now what I'll do is to go over to Cricut Design Space, click the upload button, upload image, browse, and then click on that image and then click open. Here, I'm just going to click complex and then click continue. I'm actually not gonna erase anything. If you want to, you can, but I'm just going to leave the image as it is right now. So then I'll click the apply and continue button. Click on print then cut and then click upload. Click on that image and then click add to canvas. Okay, so this is what our image is looking like right now. What I'm going to do is to add some text, and then I'm also going to cut out like the corners down at the bottom. And you don't have to do this part. If you are good with just this right here, printing, then cutting this out, you can most definitely do that as well. So to add my text first, I will click on the text box. And then what I will do is to type my words. I'm just going to type until. And the font that I'm using is the Accord Heavy SF font. This is a font that's either already programmed onto my computer or I may have downloaded it online somewhere. I do not think they have this font on defont.com, but again, it may be a font that was already programmed on my system. So what I'll do is to decrease the size of this font, and I will take it down to about 5 inches. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to add an offset. So I'll go up top and I'll just bring this over. Go up top and click on offset and make your offset as big as you want it. I'm just going to decrease this a little bit. And I am stopping at 0.181. So then I will click the apply button. And then what I'm going to do is to change the color of that offset to like a pink that is similar to the pink in her dress. So I will just slide the little color scale over. And I think I like that one. So then what I'll do is to click on my text and change the color to white. And then I just want to select both of those pieces and then click group. Okay, so that's that part. And the other part that I'll do, again, you don't have to do any of this, but I'm just showing you how I came about with the design that I have. What I'll do is to click on the shapes, and then I am going to click on the heart. I'm just going to minimize it a little bit, rotate it some, and put it there. And then what I'll do is to just, well, actually, I'll make it a little bit smaller and then rotate it back this way. And this is just my own spin on the design. So I will select the picture and the heart and then click the slice button. And then I will just get rid of those pieces that I do not need, so you can see what's left. I'm actually going to get rid of this little corner piece over here. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see it. This corner piece right here, I'm going to delete that out as well. So I will click on shapes and then just add a square, put it over that piece, and then select the picture and the square and then click slice. So now I can delete out those pieces that I do not need. Okay, so then over on this, I'm going to add a flower. So I will click on images, search for flower, and then make sure that free is turned on because I only want to see free flowers. So I think I like this one. I'll click on it and click add to canvas. make it a little bit smaller and bring it over here. And I'll make it a tad bigger. So then I'll select my flower and the picture and then click slice and then delete out those pieces that I don't need. Okay, and if there are any little pieces that are left that need to be deleted out, I want to make sure to do that as well. So that looks like there's a small piece right there. So let's add a square and then minimize it and select the square and the picture and then click slice again and then just delete out those pieces that we don't need. So everything looks good right now. And what I'm going to do is to drag my picture down below my text. And that is what it looks like. So once everything looks good, I'm going to select everything and then click flatten. And then what I'm going to do is to change the size of my image to be about 9.2 inches. Cricut does allow you to print then cut 9.25. I think that's the max. Let's try to see. Yeah. So this little icon tells you that, you know, the max size is 9.25 and 6.75. So I'm going to bring this back down, just do 9.2, and then I will click the Make It button. This is what the design looks like. So then I will click the Continue button. And so what I need to do now is to send this design to my printer. So I'll click on Send to Printer. And then here I want to be sure that the Use System dialog box is on. And then I will click the Print button. And then I will show you all the materials I'll be using and load the paper into my printer and just show you all how I do all of that as well. So these are all the materials I'll be using for this video. Here I have my Paper Studio mat, and then right here I have two different brands of inkjet printable transfer paper. I will be using the Starcraft brand, and it's for dark materials. I also have this June Taylor brand, and you can get it from Joann or you can get it from Michael's. Hobby Lobby may even have it, and obviously you can find it online too. And then you need this sheet of paper that's like parchment paper, and it typically comes with my Starcraft vinyl, and I think it comes with the June Taylor brand as well. And then you can see that I have a t-shirt. This is just a Gildan brand shirt, and it is a youth extra, or it's a youth small shirt. So again, these are all the materials that I'll be using. Obviously, you will need an inkjet printer, and I'm going to show you all the type of printer that I have and show you how I load the paper into the printer and all of that good stuff. And I do want to point out that with this, with both of these inkjet printable transfer sheets, they are for dark materials. So you can use them on a black shirt or any color shirt. You can also use them on white shirts, which is what I'll be doing in this video. They do make inkjet, you know, printable transfer papers for light colors, but typically because what I'm doing does include like darker materials, I always buy the dark material inkjet printable paper. And then as you can see, there are some instructions right here on the paper. So what I'm about to do now is to hop over and show you how I load the paper into my printer, and you can see what the design looks like once it is printed. So here you see me putting the paper into the back of my machine. Make sure you know how the paper is supposed to load into your machine. Always do a test print before you print onto your transfer paper. And then I am just going to wait until the design is finished printing, and I'm going to speed up that part of the video right now. So once your paper has been printed, or once your design has been printed onto your paper, what you want to do is to browse all materials, and then I'm just going to search for print. And then I'm going to click on the dark one because that is the type of paper that I'm using, and click done. And so then I will begin loading this onto my mat so that my design can be cut out. Okay, so my image has been printed, And in the video, I showed you the type of printer that I use, and I'll have it linked below in the description box as well. I'm just going to bring this a little bit closer so that you can see what it looks like. Okay, so what I'll do now is to put this onto my mat and let my Cricut cut out the design. Okay, so my design has been cut. So what I'll do now is to peel this off of the mat. And then what I want to do, I can do two things. I can just weed off the extra stuff that I don't need, but at the end of the day, I'm also going to have to pull off my actual design. So I think I'll start by pulling off the part that I don't need, just so that you can see what's left on the paper, and then I will peel off the actual design. Okay, so only our design is left on this paper. I removed all the excess pieces, almost like weeding. So what I'll do now is to remove the actual design from this paper now. And I want to be very easy or very careful. For me personally, I just feel like the ink is still settling in on the paper, and so I'm always careful not to directly touch the image itself, but I try to just only touch like the corners and things like that. So I'm going to use my weeder to kind of go underneath and lift up that piece, and you can see it peeling off like that. And it's pretty easy, pretty simple. I'm just gonna make sure like at my corner pieces, those come up the way that they are supposed to. So just be gentle. Okay, this is what that looks like. So I'm just gonna lay this over to the side, and I'm gonna zoom back out. And now I am about to start prepping my shirt. So I'll move all of this stuff out of the way. This, again, is the shirt that I'll be using. I'm gonna rip this label off and lay my shirt. Oops, okay. Okay, so I'm prepping my shirt. Have my lint roller, just to get off any lint or hair or anything that may be on the shirt. Then I'm going to take my Cricut Easy Press and press the shirt just to flatten it out and get out any moisture. And I do want to point out that my Easy Press is set on 330 degrees. So I'm going to let that shirt cool down, and while it's doing that, I just want to point out that the instructions for the Starcraft inkjet printable paper, it tells you to do or set the temperature to 350 degrees with medium pressure and to press for 30 seconds. I'm actually going to raise the temperature of my Cricut machine to be 350 degrees. So I'll do that right now. So that is heating up. And I also want to point out to you, the washing and care instructions for, taking care of your shirts that you make with this inkjet printable transfer sheet. Always turn your garment inside out. Wash in cold water using a mild detergent. Do not bleach, even though this is a white shirt. I will not be bleaching this shirt. Dry on low heat, and it's recommended to dry or to hang dry. I always hang dry these types of shirts when I make them. Okay, my easy press is ready, but I always hang dry my shirts when I make them, especially with this type of inkjet printable transfers. And it says when you're ironing, do not directly iron on the transfer or it will melt. So what we're about to do now is to take our design and place it where we want it on the shirt. And once we have it where we want to take that parchment paper and place it on top of the design. And then I'm going to take my easy press machine and press for 30 seconds. Okay, so now what I'll do is to peel off this parchment paper. And you can see the finished shirt right here. This is what it looks like, and I think that looks really good. Yeah, it was as easy as that. All you have to do is have a inkjet printer and, you know, get that printable transfer paper and print out your design and cut it with your Cricut machine and apply it to your shirt. So I hope that you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments about anything or any of the processes, please feel free just to leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.